Should college athletes be paid? Some say they should because we know the NCAA and university athletic departments are certainly getting paid. I recently sat down with civil rights historian and author of the ebook, The Cartel, Taylor Branch, and here's what he had to say.
Well, the players are beginning to realize that this system is amateur only for them, that is not in law. It's basically a Wizard of Oz system fleecing them. And so there are lawsuits and all kinds of other things that are going to tear the NCAA apart sooner or later. I argue that it should have a gentle fall and try to regulate itself, because if it tries to hang on to all this money, it's just going to go up in flames.
And when we talk about money, we're talking about billions of dollars that they are earning this money based upon essentially free labor. So, for instance, the NCAA, they go out and they negotiate contracts for video games. Oscar Robertson, many consider him to be one of the greatest NBA players of all time, graduates from the University of Cincinnati in 1960. The NCAA includes the likeness of Oscar Robertson in a video game. Don't tell him. He gets no money from it. And according to their rules, they own the likeness of an athlete like Oscar Robertson for eternity?
Not only when he's a player, but for eternity, and they're making money on it. And the ex-players, led by Ed O'Bannon, who was Player of the Year in 1995 on UCLA's
right.
championship team, they're suing antitrust. It's the first time the players have done this. Before, which I had no idea about, the colleges themselves, the football powers, were the first ones to sue the NCAA, saying, we don't want you regulating our TV contracts. We want to do them ourselves.
Right.
We want the free market and to televise all the games we can and make all the money we can. And the Supreme Court said yes.
Because originally, the NCAA, I was reading the book about the start of ESPN. They negotiated national television contracts. Then, based upon that ruling, then conferences had the right to determine their own destiny.
And that's when the money just started skyrocketing.
I don't think the average person really understands that, first of all, athletes don't actually get scholarships. They get grants in aid, which actually are year to year. A coach can actually pull one of those grants in aid. It's okay. It's legal. NCAA has no jurisdiction. If you're an athlete, you're stuck out. You got to figure out how you're going to school.
Actually, the NCAA has a rule saying that you can't offer more than a one-year grant and aid, even if you want to, because that allows the coaches to say, I can't do that. I can only give you year to year. Nowhere else in our society do we constrain and fetter, really chain, high-value, high-effort workers in our economy the way we do college athletes.
What stunned me was the Cam Newton story. Heisman Trophy winner, leads Auburn to a national championship, cloud of suspicion over his head the entire year because of allegations that his father tried to solicit upwards of $200,000 from Mississippi State, and people were questioning, did Auburn pay him? Under Armour has Auburn's contract for paraphernalia. How much is that contract?
$10.6 million a year just for Auburn.
$10.6 million a year just for Auburn, but also how many Under Armour logos they were contractually obligated for Cam Newton to wear?
15 at every game, 4 on his helmet, 1 on each wristband, 1 on each shoe, I think 1 on the headband under his helmet, and several others. I can't remember them all. But they were all specified by the NCAA office that says they have to be exactly a certain size and everything else. So they regulate the commercial side of the sports and promote it right down to the tiniest detail while forbidding the athletes from selling their jersey.